Welcome back to Studio Life, people. Looking at another plugin again for your pleasure and mine. Today we're looking at something new from Overloud Gems. I always get quite pleased when I see they put something new out because they do make some fun stuff. It's always interesting. Today we're looking at the Overloud Gem Fuse. Let's find out. Is it? Overloud Gems are back with the Fuse. Yeah, quite interested in this one from the outset, because you can tell by looking at it what it is, right? It's a bit of an elephant in the room for me. I got a feeling they might have to change the look of this at some point. I don't know how copyright with gear works. Obviously, people clone gear all the time. And some people make a real big fuss about that. You know, Behringer get a load of shit all the time for cloning gear. And yet other manufacturers do it all the time. How many 1176s have you seen? How many LA2As have you seen? I mean, it's just constantly going on. People don't moan at other companies for doing it. Anyway, whatever. This looks pretty much identical to SSL's Fusion, clearly based on it. I don't know if they're going to get in trouble for that or not. I've seen other SSL looking plugins and, you know, they appear to still be there. So maybe it's not an issue. Who knows? Anyway, this isn't a modelled Fusion. It's something that looks like it, but has actually been created not to sound exactly like it. This is just a bunch of processors that look like it because people obviously like that interface. Anyway, let's dig in and see what we've got. As you can see, it has the look of the Fusion, but it is spread it over like two 2U rack things, which kind of look all right on the screen, actually. I don't like, as I've said before, a single U rack looking plugin. It's just too long and thin, doesn't make sense on the screen. But this is basically, you're looking at two units, so it's a 4-unit thing. Makes a bit more sense. The layout is better than the original, I would argue, because it has more control. So we start with this top section where we have an input trim and a high pass filter. We also have a fat control, which is your oversampling. We then have the analog drive, which looks very familiar, doesn't it? So you've got an on button, you've got a drive and a density. This sounds quite nice. I like it. The original one is a bit gritty. I would argue this one's nicer. We then have the Indigo EQ. It's even got the same name, which is, or do they call it Violet? They do call it Violet. So they've just called it Indigo. Fair dues. Yeah, you've got an on-off button. You've got low and you've got high, just simple 2 bands. So you've got between 30 and 8, or 30 and 90 is that at the low end, and between 8 and 20, but it's continuously variable, so you can get sort of any frequency you want, quite like that. We then got the HF smoother, which was the HF compressor on the SSL. So you set your threshold, you set your crossover, you turn it on, you've got a little gain reduction LED thing there, and it contains sort of things like hi-hats or crashes or a particularly bright snare. It can tone it down, or even a vocal. It's very versatile. I like this a lot. We then have an output trim for that section and some output meters. Below that, we have what is like the master section. So you've got your master input control. You then have a stereo or mid-side switch. We'll come back to that in a minute. We then have the stereo image section. You have an on button, you have the shuffle frequency, and then the space control. This is a bit of a difficult one to get your head around, but you set your frequency and you set your space, and it kind of has the effect of pushing it back or forwards in the mix. You have to experiment with it to get it. It's easy to make things sound weird, but if you're subtle with it, it can add some depth. We've then got the regular width control, which we're used to. That sounds pretty good. Again, go easy and it'll be all right. We then have the transformer section, which on the original Fusion was always really nice. It added some real proper transformer vibe to the whatever was being put through it. This is the same, I would say, slightly more adaptable. So you have your transformer button on off. You have the amount of shine, or kind of, is it the amount or is it the depth? So again, experiment with it, turn it up, see what it does. You then have the amount. So I think shine is kind of putting it, is setting a cut-off point. So it starts at the bottom and goes up to the top, and wherever you put it is where it stops doing its thing. And then you have the amount of it. And then finally you have a mix control. That's really nice. So you can get the sound you want. So it's really obviously there. Then just back it off so that it's not controlling the mix too much. We have a LF extend, just puts that transformer sound into the bottom end a bit more. That's really nice. Finally, we have a master out, and again, some output meters for that section. Let's just go back to this mid-side switch. If you flick that, a second section pops out of this top bit, which enables you to have one section controlling the mid. So you get analog drive, you know, the high pass filter, the indigo EQ, and the HF smoother for the mids, and all the same again for the sides. And then they both then route through the master section. That is fantastic. That is the kind of extra that people should get double points for. It's really awesome. Well done, Overloud. That's what we want to see. At the top, we've got the on-off bypass button, bunch of presets. You've got A, B to flip between things. And you can scale it to pretty much any size you need it to be. It looks enormous on the screen, which we like. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm a bit of a fan. This thing, I've never bought a Fusion. I've used one. I've come very, very close to buying one. At the point where I nearly bought one, the reason I didn't is because everybody bought one. And I'm like, I don't like the idea that everything I do is going to have too many similarities to everybody else. So that put me off. I've then since discovered other tools which I just think do the job better. This, however, it's kind of like a Fusion 2, isn't it? I mean, SSL might see this and go, we might need to have a relook at the Fusion, because the idea of having a whole complete separate section for mid and side, that's a winner, especially for the kind of jobs you'd use this for, you know, either on your master bus or in mastering. It's just very cool. Anyway, let's get to it. Overloud Gem, standard demo time, 14 days, I think. I might have to check that. I think it's 14 days. Price-wise, regular price, $139. As you know, with me, anything over $100 is a bit pokey, but that's not terrible for this. I think it does a lot. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's like 6 different processors in this thing. So you're getting a lot. I don't mind that price. However, in the sale right now, it's $69. All day, that is worth it. Even though I'm a fan of the SSL Fusion plugins where they're all separate, I've got them all. I think I prefer this. I think this is better. So if you're tempted by a real Fusion or you're tempted by the SSL Fusion plugins, go and have a look at this. Download the demo because it does such a good job. And $69. It's kind of crazy to not go and have a look at it at least. Anyway, star rating. It's got to be 5 stars. I literally can't find a downside. Every section of this, I think, has a value. It does something decent, and the fact that it works in mid-side, I think, just puts it over the line for me. It's a fantastic looking, fantastic sounding. I think I'm going to use it quite a lot. It just has everything you need. Anyway, go and check it out for yourself. It's a really nice thing. Well done, Overloud. Top work. Anyway, if you could like the video, that really helps. If you could subscribe to the channel, that helps even more. You can go and check out my Instagram, which is Mixdown Mastering. Go and see what I get up to all week. There's also the website Studio Life, where we've got the top 5 plugins, and there's also all about the various courses on mixing and mastering and a whole bunch of other stuff. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. Watch the demo at the end. I'll see you next time. Adios, people.
calling my